a display of those trademark dunking abilities. Quite unique, Julius Erving.
From deep, Johnson. It's rebounded by Banchero.
You know, he just has not been himself this period. Just too inconsistent up and down at the offensive end.
To the paint. And Jokic throws it down.
And Joker doesn't get up too often, but when he slams it down, it feels like he's trying to bring the basket with him.
And that one is stuffed right through.
So far, they're owning both ends of the floor. We'll see if they can keep this going.
And, you know, nothing like getting an opponent on the ropes early. You love that if you're on that side of the scoreboard, and they are landing some haymakers now.
Here's Davis. After the Clippers picking up a basket just a moment ago. Pass to Banchero. He gets it in there.
Yeah, that play shows Banchero's strength and his determination.
And a look at how the hustle game has been going for Texas.
It's all about the offensive boards. I mean, they're just a statement about toughness, trying to demoralize your opponent by outworking them, out-hustling them.
One other factor today, points off turnovers. I mean, let's see if they can keep up the pressure, capitalize off more forced miscues.
Out of bounds, the Clippers will keep possession.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Porzingis. A deep three. Oladipo with the rebound.
Already +5 in terms of rebound margin.
Pretty clear they're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
On the wing, Murray. No good from outside. Texas leading by 11. And it's Van Arsdale missing. Here's Pippen. Providing this team some offensive stability. A little over 10 points a game. And that one drops for him.
This is a shot Pippen is very comfortable with. He's extremely effective in the mid-range.
Here's Donaldson. The Clippers grab the miss. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Well, after some down years in Dallas, Kristaps Porzingis said, I really checked myself. From that point on, I started building my game back up. Sometimes when you're younger, your physical abilities might already be there, but your mental is not. Once that all clicks, that's when you've got something.
Well, it's a good way to think of it. Thanks, Allie. Knocked away. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Smith. There's 47 seconds left to play in the first. For three, Oladipo. The rebound by Murray. Clippers trail by 9. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window.
He's got a well-rounded game. Murray can score from just about anywhere. And the more points he gets inside, the more space he gets outside.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Pass to Van Arsdale. Here's Abdul Rahim. Ooh, can't throw it down with one hand. Here's Porzingis. Sinks that one from the post.
Great teamwork on that drive, punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. Texas ahead. They lead by 5. We've got more in store for you right after this. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And what stands out to you from Texas in this one?
You can really see the strategy coming in. Get the ball into the painted area.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
Donaldson. Great D that time from Porzingis. Outside Murray. Lets the three fly. Texas with a rebound. They've led by as many as 11. Man, was there a guy more fit to run that 2023 team than Murray?
I don't think so, Brian. I mean, think about what Murray did.
After coming off an ACL injury, he leads them to the finals along with Jokic and the rest of his teammates, and he went off in every playoff series. Tough shots, clutch shots, timely shots. Incredible stuff by Jamal Murray.
Okay, do it, KP.
Boy, that is grown man ammonia strength from Porzingis there. How can defenders stop that?
Granger, no good.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Here's Pippen. It's deflected. Pass to Donaldson. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Count that one. Granger's got his first points of the night.
He's a go-to guy for them because he's that consistent. Time and time again, he delivers.
And Los Angeles making a change here.
Team foul. Now into the lineup for the Clippers. Number 20.
Murray for three. The shot won't fall.
That's his shot, and one I'm sure he wants back.
Inside, Abdul-Rahim. And they're going to count that bucket, and they'll send him to the line. It could be a three-point play. Texas shooting their second free throw attempt on the night.
And guys, that's really an upgrade over how they shot last season. Not a huge upgrade, but an upgrade nonetheless.
Pass to Pippen. Launches it. And Donaldson pulls it down. Texas leading by 10. Here's Granger. Money on the 19-footer. Granger's got 4 points now in the quarter.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
A dynamic finish, then decides to hang out a little for good measure.
Yep, that's the exclamation point right there.
We've seen those kinds of plays get them going in the past.
That's why you keep your head up. If the assist is there, you can pounce.
Pass to Van Arsdale. From outside, off the mark. Clippers trail by 8. Picked his pocket. Right wing. Now for those joining us now, we're in the second quarter, about 3 minutes gone by. To the inside. Abdul-Rahim's shot is good. Abdul-Rahim's got 5 now. Well, Clark, every player should know their leash with the officials.
Very much so, but I think most players should keep their mouths shut. There's too much yakking at officials, in my mind. It takes away from the beauty of the game. It's an eyesore, and I wish more players would just play and keep their mouths shut, especially when it comes to talking to the official.
Down low. Porzingis. Oh, it's Porzingis with the jam.
Boy, this team takes on a different attitude when Porzingis imposes his will like that. His energy and attitude, infectious.
And he gets it back. Pass to Van Arsdale. Tipped away. Here's Donaldson. Second chance effort. That one falls. He's now 1 for 3.
And their offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
Here's Pippen, providing this team some offensive stability. A little over 10 points a game. Porzingis sets a screen. 6 on the shot clock. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now.
Pippen's so creative at drawing fouls. Just baits the defenders into fouling him so he can get to the line.
It's his first trip to the line. And the first one at the line is good.
The great thing about Pippen is his versatility. I mean, he impacts the game in every way. Defense, offense, boarding, passing, he does it all.
They've had a slight leg up on the boards and a big leg up on the scoreboard.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage in. As a result, they've got a big lead.
Here's Gervin. Goes up and lays it in nice and easy. Gervin's got his second basket on the night.
And they seem to have a hard time picking good shots in the first quarter, but it's all coming together now for them here.
Yeah, things are starting to look up. I mean, they're making amends for that slow start, finding a rhythm right now.
Pass to Jokic. Here's Gervin. Back to Jokic. Fires the three. Drills it from deep. Gervin's got 7 points.
He got off to a slow start. It took him a little while to get into the flow of this game, but he's turned it on here in the second.
And while Nikola Jokic has lots of years left in this league, he's already an all-time great, Grant.
You know, B.A., not many guys have won multiple MVPs and a title, but Jokic has already accomplished so much. And with his size and skill set, Jokic can be elite for a long time and add to that impressive resume. Slow reaction from the D, and it cost him 3.
Here's Irving. And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
First personal foul.
Man, good whistle there.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
Julius Irving.
Both free throws good from Irving.
It's not luck that he's so steady at the line. It's through repetition and hard work.
Left side Garland. For 3, Porzingis. Oh, KP with the 3.
The shot mechanics are really impeccable. Perfect. Porzingis, one of those guys you can't leave by himself.
Now here's Jokic. 7 points in the game. And that one drops. 9 points in the game.
And I like how they focused on getting high percentage shots, especially after the 3 balls weren't falling early on.
Yeah, and that's a nice adjustment on their part. Even for the best three-point shooting teams, sometimes you've got to do a little something different to get your offense going.
Porzingis grabs the board.
Boy, he's got to be kicking himself for failing to make that shot. That's money.
And it's Garland on the drive. And so that's the end of the first half. Texas ahead. They lead by 14. And we'll see you back here after the break. Third quarter action in just a bit. And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second. Texas leading by 14. And Carroll left side. Pass to Gervin.
Los Angeles foul. Derek Collier. Second personal foul. First team foul.
Jokic, the screen to the paint. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a three-point play.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, guys, a lot of new developments for the Clippers this season, and obviously they have the new arena, new designs for their logo, jerseys, and court. Not only that, their G League team moving into a brand new arena in Oceanside, renewing the San Diego Clippers moniker. Brian, a lot to be excited about for this Clips team.
Shooting.
No question. Good stuff, Allie. Thank you. And Johnson drops them both. Texas leading by 15. On the wing, Davis. Pass to Gervin. And here's Davis. Here's Gervin. Outside for Davis. Buries it from 3.
Smart move from the big man to get rid of it there. The defense was closing. Davis let it go.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
Heads up action there. Reading the play and then beating him to the spot. Well done.
Oladipo outside. Pass to Van Arsdale. Back to Oladipo. Here's Van Arsdale. Puts up a deep three. Can't get it to drop.
Would you say testing the limits of his range there?
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
Here's Johnson. He's got 5. And we're about a minute and a half in the second half. Here's Coleman. Granger grabs the miss. Texas leading by 18. Puts it up from 15. And it's Van Arsdale missing.
He still hasn't been able to convert from the field. He's just struggling to find his shot.
Roy can't get it to go. To the wing on the left. Here's Granger. And the three-pointer goes. Granger's got 9.
Their long-range shooting since halftime has been as strong as you could hope for.
And now's the time for them to step on the gas pedal. Don't let up. Keep letting it fly from deep and build that lead. Play through the finish line, not to it. Keep the pressure on.
For 3, Oladipo. And another 3 for Texas.
Adjustment time for these guys. The defense has to make some adjustment here.
Here's Johnson. No luck on that one.
He's been ice cold tonight. And, you know, you look at the scoreboard, guys, they really could have used his contribution.
Nails it from 3.
When you let a team knock down that many threes, you know you're likely to be on the wrong side of a run.
Pass to Lopez.
And there's just one foul now away from the penalty.
Yep, the next one puts them on the line, so they've got to be careful the rest of the way.
Right around 3 minutes into this second half.
You tried to thread it inside, but just too much congestion.
Here's Roy. And it's good for 2. Roy's got his first points of the game.
Nice job executing inside. When you give Roy these kinds of looks, he's going to cash those in.
And Ime Udoka has called timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup.
In for Texas,
Here's Texas with the ball. They're on a 15-6 run. Inside. Here's Markkanen. McCollum looks around. 4 on the clock. Back to Markkanen. And again, no good by Texas. And so it's Johnson with it. He brings it up for the LA Clippers. And for a scorer as prolific as Markkanen, he doesn't need the ball in his hands too often.
So many of his scores come off assists. So just a great sense of when to get into space and become available.
With his first shot attempt. The rebound by Markkanen. Texas leading by 23. Here's Keenan. And he throws it down with one hand.
I like the fact he had his head up immediately looking to make the dish down the floor. Get rid of it quickly.
Up top, Lopez. Pass to Roy. Now Johnson. Another steal. McCollum with it. And Johnson picks him up defensively. McCollum's shot is off. Here are the Clippers. They'll face the Jazz after this game. That'll be at home. That game marks the start of a 4-game homestand for the club. Over to the left wing. Here's Roy. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Puts up a deep 3. The offensive rebound.
Even though his game is more perimeter oriented now, Lopez can still mix it up inside.
Pass to Lively.
2 minutes.
McCollum outside.
2 minutes.
Markkanen with it. Back to McCollum. And here's Lively. Covered by Lopez. There's McCollum with the three. So it's the Clippers now. Here's Johnson.
Magic Johnson.
Oh, nice finish from the low block. That one's good.
Lopez.
Johnson's got 6 in the quarter.
Yeah, you know, Johnson plays with such confidence and effervescence in the open floor. You never know what he's going to do, but most of the time, he makes a good decision.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at them. Oh, my goodness! Disrespectful. Filthy. I mean, just the arena is stunned.
He's got a deep bag of tricks to dig into.
Team foul.
Boy, I'd love to get a replay on that one. Let's keep it handy so we can see it again.
Taps Porzingis. Scotty's the man.
Pass to Middleton. Johnson with a bucket.
Magic Johnson.
Johnson's got 11 points.
And force-feeding the ball inside. I mean, no reason to go away from what's working.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Here's Pippen. 4-3. The putback. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Can't blame the deficit on him. He's been scoring at will this period.
.34 seconds left in the third quarter. And stolen by Porzingis.
Texas foul call.
Los Angeles shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
5th team foul.
The free throw dropped for Johnson.
Shooting for LA.
And Los Angeles making a change here.
Taking 2 shots.
And Johnson drops them both.
They're doing some good work at the line this half.
Yeah, they're making the most of their opportunities at the stripe, and they'll need to keep it up to take the lead.
And despite a struggle scoring the ball, they've done enough to build this lead.
Pippen. Texas with a rebound.
Boy, patrolling the paint well, protecting the rim, that's exactly the kind of defensive effort you need against him.
4 seconds left. Oh, and Johnson with a block. Gets it off. He can't get it to go. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits. It may be difficult to overcome. Texas ahead, leading by 17. Don't go anywhere. The final. Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. And timeout called by Ty Lue. He wants to make sure everyone is aligned, given the situation right now. Clippers trail by 17. Murray for 3. Rebounded by Keenan. And Texas has possession. Basket's good.
Oh, I love how McCollum moves in transition, just has a strong sense of where to position himself.
Pass to Coleman. Here's Pippen. A shot from the high post. Here's Porzingis. Excellent D there from Lively. Texas leading by 19. To the inside. And he floats it in for the easy 2. Credit the sweet setup on that one.
They are passing the ball around tremendously right now.
They kick it out to Murray. Pure from 3-point range.
Immensely confident in his game. Murray doesn't think twice about pulling the trigger from deep, nor should he. You know, passes like that go a long way. Terrific teamwork.
Clippers trail by 20. Here's Pippen. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. Grant, some rookies come into the league with a ton of hype. You've lived through that. How does it affect a young player?
Well, BA, it can be overwhelming, and certainly it's a lot to endure. You're the focus of so much attention, and there are so many expectations. And with all the media these days, it's even more magnified and intense. And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
Pass to Pippen. The 17-footer. Jump shot is good.
Pippen wasting no time firing off that pass there.
And here's McCollum. He'll bring it up for the Longhorns. They have a 19-point lead. Here's Van Arsdale. No good on the 3.
Every player goes through this. When your shots aren't going down, it can ding your confidence.
Second team foul. Substitution on the court.
Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Clippers trail by 19. Pass to Coleman. Fires from deep. Clippers keep it alive. That shot, no good. Banchero surveys. Let's go with a 3. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Into the lane. Roy. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
Slashing inside with major assertiveness. Roy, a big-time problem when he's getting to the rim like that.
Gervin with the bucket.
That's what you call playing big. He just stays committed to the attack mode.
And sometimes that's the best policy when you're going up against a big guy. Take it to the 10. Right at him. Get to the rack.
Here's Pippen. It's rebounded by Banchero.
He's been just a little off the mark tonight. Really the story of the game so far.
Team foul.
Grant, it seems like teams today are much more data-driven than in years past.
Yeah, I agree, BA. It's much more sophisticated. And, of course, coaches and executives are still watching the games and forming their gut opinions. But now those impressions can be cross-checked with the numbers.
There's the triple. Nails it from beyond the arc.
And looking to shoot as many threes as possible. This kind of confidence, impressive to see.
Love the mentality there, I tell you. I know I've never coached, but, man, playing to win and being aggressive even with the lead as opposed to being safe and going into prevent offense, I'll take the former all day long. Play to win.
Here's Porzingis. Lets it go from deep. Rebounded by Gervin. Texas leading by 23. The pull-up. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Oh, what tenacity on the boards. Banchero takes pleasure in capitalizing on the offensive glass.
Murray with it. He's picked up by Banchero. Pass to Zubats. And stolen by Irving. Here's the break. And he lobs it up top. Oh, Banchero throws it down.
I mean, did you see the strength and force? I mean, that's what puts Banchero ahead.
So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. It's on Nikola Jokic. And the NBA moving to a 2-day draft. Your thoughts on the change, Grant?
You know, BA, a lot of pro sports are shifting to multi-day drafts. And the NBA draft can be long if done all in one evening. So maybe a good choice to break it up.
Davis from long range. Here's Jokic. It's rebounded by Zubats. Here's Maggette. And again, it's the Clippers missing. Pass to Banchero. Over Murray. Banchero left side. Over Porzingis. Just 5 to shoot. Banchero with it. Porzingis picks him up defensively. Banchero no good. Now Los Angeles with it. Porzingis misses. Here's Texas with the ball. A big stretch here going. 10-2.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Back to Banchero. And he makes it on the layup. Banchero's got 6 here in the quarter.
Oh, too big, too strong. It'll take more than that to stop Banchero.
Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt. Getting the ball inside, usually a pretty good recipe.
Here's Gervin. Oh, the double clutch. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
Second team foul.
It's going to be on Ivica Zubac.
Hey, Gervin is sliding Bill, but he's not afraid of a little contact. Doesn't mind getting bumped while shooting. He looks at it as easy money.
Good on both. And you see player training methods, Grant, a lot more than just running and getting shots up.
And you know, B.A., what interests me, players not just training their bodies better than ever, but also their minds. They're working on hand-eye coordination drills and just all kinds of stuff to enhance their reflexes.
And Johnson drops them both. 1:42 left to play in the 4th quarter of this one. Pass to Banchero. Here's Gervin. On the wing, Davis. And stolen by Middleton.
And what a complete performance we saw from them. A dominant win in every way for the Longhorns.
And the disparity in the talent was obvious by the end. Sometimes you just don't have enough ammunition to compete.
Yeah, B.A., just a total beatdown. And the next time these teams meet, I can't imagine it'll be any different.
That'll do it for this one. They've earned their 27th victory of the year tonight.
And this is an even matchup, 1-1 on the season series with 2 left to play.
Hard to say now how the final 2 games between them will play out, but one thing's certain. I mean, they're going to go at each other. This has become a very intense matchup.
Smart shot from Lopez. If he's got a decent look and can avoid putting the ball on the deck, he's got to pull the trigger.
There's 48 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Ooh, finishes with style. A double clutch jam.
Second personal foul.
Unfortunately for them, they're still going to come up short. You wish they'd shown this kind of fight earlier.
Yeah, you know, I agree with you. They waited too long to finally ramp themselves up.
Here's Davis. And that one's good.
They got a big lift from their crowd tonight, giving them the energy they needed.
Boy, they've given their fans plenty to cheer about, that's for sure. Effort, skill, coaching, you name it, they've done it.
The 3. Rebounded by Gervin. And finished off by Davis.
This is what winning is all about. Playing your best when it matters most.
Yeah, you know, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
Outside Johnson. Count the basket.
Magic Johnson.
And he's coming off a huge performance, and his confidence couldn't be any higher. And his coach knows that, too.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take it.
So Texas wins it. We saw 2 different teams tonight. One played with confidence.